Daniel here for Tabletop for One and my top 10 list of solo games that caught my eye. And so last night I went over to my friendly local game store called Gabi's Olympic Cards and Comics because they were having this big sale. In fact, it's going on today and tomorrow, and I wanted to see what they had and just go check out all the solo games and everything. And while I was there, a whole bunch of games caught my eye, and I made a list of all of them, but there were definitely 10 of them that interested me and I came home to research. But before I get to that, I want to talk about Gabi's. Now, I know a lot of you are not local to where I live, but Gabi's Olympic Cards and Comics is a great store. Gabi is a local pillar of the community. She provides a safe environment for kids to come after school, a very inclusive environment, gives tons of money away to kids, helps feed the hungry, and does all sorts of great community projects. So I love to support her and her business and everything that she has going. I shop there probably once a month or so, just to buy something and help support her. I'll have links and information in my description about her charity, Gabi's Kids, and other things about her store. And so now on to this list. So this list contains 10 games that definitely caught my eye. They are listed in order of the number 10 being the one that least caught my eye, but number 1 being the one that most. Now, I need something from you. I need you to tell me where I went wrong in not buying these games. So I need you to tell me exactly which games I should have purchased. I mean, the sale goes on till tomorrow, so maybe I will go back and pick one up or something like that. We'll see. And so for number 10, we have a game called Watch. Watch is a game set in the post-war Soviet era where you're at a Soviet watch factory making gears for watches. And you can use the gears to buy stuff, but you can also use the gears to smuggle shipments of munitions. And so it's this weird theme, definitely interesting. And so when I looked it up, I saw that the rating wasn't too bad. I think it was like a 7.1 or something like that. But the community best puts it at 3 to 4 players, even though it does have a solo mode. And I looked further into it, and the designer himself in one of the forums said, don't buy it for solo only. So I guess I dodged a bullet on that one, but it definitely looks interesting. You'll have to tell me if I'm wrong on that. And the next one is Nightfall by Ryan Lockett. It comes with a rating of 7.1 and a community best of like 1, 2, 4, and 6 players. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but I guess the solo mode's a little different from the main mode, and it's like a storytelling exploration game where you actually draw a map and you fight monsters and that sort of thing. Sounds really interesting, and I love Ryan Lockett art, but I've seen some mixed reviews about the game, so I put it back on the shelf. I'm not sure if that was the right call. You'll have to let me know. And for number 8, we have Overboss. And Overboss is a game where you are a boss monster in a dungeon. You've come out of your dungeon to the overworld and are trying to conquer it. It's got some fantastic 8 or 16-bit pixel art, and it's got a really neat theme. It's got tile placement, set collection, all sorts of mechanics that I enjoy. But it's got some mixed reviews on the solo mode. So I'm not sure, but it really looks interesting to me. I love the theme. I love the colors, everything about it, but I just don't know how well it plays. And I would imagine some of you have played it, so you'll have to let me know. And for number 7, we have Smartphone Inc. Now in Smartphone Inc., you are a CEO of a smartphone manufacturing company back when smartphones were just coming out. And so this is like a network building, economic simulation type game, right up my alley. I love network building. I love economic games. And so, and the components look fantastic. And the rating of the game is like a 7.6. The community best was like 3 to 5 though. So the community best wasn't a solo experience. And so that made me a little cautious about it. But I definitely like the look of the game, love network building. So I'm curious about that. You have to let me know more. And so for number 6, we have Astro Knights. And Astro Knights is Aeon's End in space. Sorry. It's kind of like that. Now, if you've heard from me about Aeon's End, I sold Aeon's End War Eternal because I did not enjoy the solo experience. I enjoyed it as a multiplayer game, very much so, but it didn't get to the table that much, ended up selling it. Now I'm looking at Astro Knights and wondering, maybe I should go down this road. Now, of course, there's a Kickstarter going on for Astro Knights right now, and so I'm looking at that because it comes with promo packs, extra expansions, but I definitely like the idea of it. I'm curious about it, but the store only had, the base game. So the price on the Kickstarter looked a little bit better. I know shipping's going to offset that a little bit. So you have to let me know if I should go with the Kickstarter or if I should go back to the store and get the base game. And so for number 5, we have Plague Inc. Now, coming out of the pandemic, Plague Inc. is an odd theme to have for a board game, of course, because it's the opposite of pandemic. It's where you're trying to infect the world. Normally that would be off-putting to me, especially as somebody who has permanent effects from having the virus. But I did play the video game a lot and enjoyed the video game experience, so I am curious about the board game experience. It's network building, area control, all kinds of mechanics that I enjoy. And I love the colors, the graphic design, everything about it looks great. I just don't know if I should pick it up as a board game. So let me know if you've experienced that board game and whether or not it's worth it. And maybe I'll have to go back and pick it up. And for number 4, we have Gloom of Kilforth. Now, I have not played any of the Kilforth games. I think there's 3 now. There's one that was a Kickstarter recently. I don't think it's fulfilled yet. The store has both Gloom and Shadows, a bunch of the small mini expansions. I look at this game every time I go to the store, but I just don't know if I can buy it. I love the idea. It's a fantasy exploration game with dice rolling, I think, and the art looks absolutely gorgeous. But the typeface is so small and my eyesight is getting worse every year. I just don't know if I can read the cards, and I think I need to be able to enjoy that game the most. So I'm definitely kind of putting that off a little bit. But maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I should give it a shot. I would imagine it'd probably resell if I couldn't read it very well. But I don't know. You'll have to tell me. You have to tell me if I'm making a mistake by not picking that up. And the number 3 game that caught my eye was Last Aurora. Last Aurora is a post-apocalyptic game where you are finding survivors, building up your workers and your vehicle, and trying to race to get to the Aurora, a ship that's rescuing survivors in a frozen wasteland. It comes with hand management, racing, worker placement, lots of mechanics I enjoy, post-apocalyptic theme I like, but the community best puts it at 2 to 4 players, doesn't include the solo part. It is rated 7.3, so that's a good rating. I just don't know. I look at that every time I go to that store as well. I don't know if I should pick it up. Please let me know what your experience is with that game if you played it. And so for number 2, we have Stellar Leap. I've not heard anything about this game. I saw it on the clearance table. I forget how much it was. It had to have been like $10 to $20. But I was curious. It had said 1 to 5 players, I think. And it looked really interesting. It looked like a 4X space exploration kind of game. And it looks great. I love the look of it. But I just didn't know anything about it. I didn't know if I should risk it and pick it up. And now I kind of regret it because I did look it up. Now, it has a rating of 6.6, which is kind of low, but it has a community best and a normal best of 1 player, meaning that everybody who plays it loves it at solo. And so it definitely piqued my curiosity, and I looked at a review by Elizabeth Davidson from Beyond Solitaire, and she says it's a great, solid solo experience. And so now I kind of regret not picking that one up. I think if I go back, that's gonna probably end up in my basket. And so the number 1 game that caught my eye is Dice Hospital. And the reason for that is because it's designed by Stan Kordonsky. And if you know me, I've been really interested in Stan Kordonsky games lately. I just did a Resurgence playthrough, absolutely loved that game. I also own Endless Winter, and that has been a great experience for me. I haven't done a playthrough of that because it just takes up too much room. It'd be very difficult for me, but maybe I will someday. But yeah, I love his designs. And so Dice Hospital looks really interesting. It's like a worker allocation type game, maybe along the lines of Obsession or Paladins of the West Kingdom. And it's got dice rolling, and the theme is, healing and curing patients and then running a hospital. All those things are just big pluses for me. But I put it back on the shelf. maybe that was definitely a mistake. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in it. I'm a big Stan Kordonsky fan now, and I'm looking at all his games now. I just want to pick them up and play them all. And so there you have it. That was my top 10 list. And so let me know in the comments below which games I should have bought, which games you would have bought if you were there. And so now you're probably wondering, what did I pick up? Now, the first game I picked up is not for me. I actually picked it up for somebody from one of the forums. And they had expressed interest in this game and were having a hard time finding it or finding it anywhere cheap. And I picked up Deadeye. Deadeye is a post-apocalyptic hand management game. It's got some memory elements, and it's a fantastic game with 3D effects if you wear the 3D glasses, but you don't need to. It's $10. I couldn't believe how inexpensive it was. I own this game, played it dozens of times, and for $10, excellent pickup. So I was pretty happy about that. And one of the other games I picked up is probably one of the oldest solo games ever, if you can call it solo. It might be cooperative. Who knows, but I picked up some tarot cards. Now, this is the Diablo tarot card set. I've loved Diablo ever since it came out. And when I arrived at the store yesterday, it was on flash sale. I'd been eyeing this set of tarot cards. I don't do tarot or anything. I just love the look of the cards. And I've been eyeing this set for a long time. And I was happy to pick it up on a flash sale. So that was pretty great. And then the next one I picked up from the clearance table, I've been keeping my eye on for a long time because I love Elder Sign. I love the rolling of the dice and the dice placement. I've heard mixed things about this one, but I've also heard some really good things about it. So I picked up X-Men Mutant Insurrection. And so this was only $20, brand new. And so I was happy to add it to my collection. I love the Marvel theme. I have so many Marvel games, and definitely happy to add this one. We'll see. I'll probably end up doing a playthrough of it because I enjoy this kind of game so much. And then the last game I picked up, I actually put a poll on Facebook. While I was at the store, I said, all right, here's a list of games. Which one should I pick up? And like over 50%, probably 60% of the people voted for Guild of Merchant Explorers. Now, this game has been on my wish list for a very long time, and so I'm definitely eager to get it to the table, but I also promised in the Facebook post that this will be one of my next solo playthroughs. So I'm going to go ahead and slot it in, and you'll see it here on my channel in the future. And so there you have it. That was my shopping trip. I wish you were there. I did meet another solo gamer who's not involved on the forums or YouTube or anything, but we had some great conversations, helped them pick out some games. That was an excellent experience. Let me know in the comments below what games I should have bought. Should I go back tomorrow and pick up a game? I don't know if I can afford to or not, but I definitely would like to hear what you think. Thank you very much for watching Tabletop for One, and have a great night.